Hello, my friends in multimedia. Today is the day we start working on our website, which is very exciting. One thing that I've really appreciated is using the Adobe Creative Cloud to be able to get to where I need to. We're going to be using Adobe Express to build our website. Now, if you have been frustrated or challenged by some of these assignments, I validate that, but I want to reassure you that this particular assignment will go along very well, very smoothly. Prior to beginning, what I did is all the items that I wanted to include into my website are going to be located under one file, so that way it's easier for me to find. Another item is I've gone ahead and I pulled up my Google Slides for my Photoshop comparisons, and I've also pulled up my Lego Movie via Storyboard that. That way I have everything in place and I'm ready to go. So again, this assignment will not take very long. It's going to be very easy, and if there's anything else that you wanted to implement into your website, you are more than welcome to. So again, to start, we're going to go to Adobe Creative Cloud. Adobe Express is our all-in-one. We're going to be using it for the website. So I'll be opening it. It hops on over to my browser. I have 4 screens open. And what we're going to be doing, again, I've gone and I've implemented different forms of AI. Now I'm going to start building my web page, which is super exciting. I have already built one web page, and I'll be able to show you the difference in those. There's lots of different templates that you can use. If you click all, you'll be able to scroll down and see what there is. There's education, there's events, personal, business, portfolio, or a landing page. I personally would appreciate it if you would select one of these items from the portfolio section. I'm going to select, I kind of like this one, I've liked this one as well. I'm going to go ahead and select this particular one. And as it pulls up, what's going to be happening is we're not going to be calling it a writing portfolio, but we're going to be calling it our multimedia portfolio. Perfect. And then I'm going to rename this as Bird. Oops. Okay, thank you for letting me know. I don't need the tour. I don't need everything. There we go. All right, I'm going to be calling this one Birdwell Multimedia. Okay, perfect. I'm going to put my name by Miss Birdwell. So after I click that, I'm sure you guys noticed there's this thing called a focal point. We can replace the pictures. We can delete items. We can change the layout of this. So as I've gone down, we can see that there's a lot of information in here that we won't actually need to be adding. This allows for a lot of information, a lot of resources. What I'm going to do is on this particular one, I'm going to replace this one. And because this focuses on Legos and other items, I'm going to search for the word Legos. This is an option that I can use. I can see what it looks like before I commit to it. This is also a good one. I might pick the hands that are this one, but I might just do this one. This particular one is a little bit blurred, and it could be because of the other programs that I have running, but for now we'll leave it. Oh, there it goes. Now it clarified. Okay, so this portfolio, it tells me what I can use it for. I'm going to say this portfolio represents the work I have completed in my Multimedia 1 class. Now, for the purpose of this video, I won't explain anything else as far as like location of our school or anything, but you could, if you were going to be sharing this with a particular teacher or school, you can do that. You can also add different things like buttons, videos, things like that. I'll explain that as here in just a moment. I feel like this layout should be a little bit bigger, but we might have to come back to that. This particular section, we can change the heading, we can change the style, and things like that. So I would like it a little bit smaller because this should be the heading right here. After that point, I am going to replace this picture, and I could upload it from my device. And this is where I can begin with my multimedia work. Again, I save this under my website design. I might start with some pictures that I've selected. This is one that I asked to be created because it's my favorite animal to be created for my logo. As I go down, I can switch the frames to go back and forth to be able to see which one do I like better, which one do I feel like needs a little bit of work, things like that. If I feel that there's too much work in here, what I can do is I can actually move this section up and down across the way. And so I can reorganize the layouts, or I can delete items completely. Perhaps I don't want to do this one. I can ask it to generate a picture. I can type in the word classroom and see if that one would change. Right here, this is a button. This allows us to add in information. So over on one side, I have my Google Doc, and I'm able to use my website right here, and I am going to call it link to Photoshop Gallery. I'm going to save it. Now when someone comes to visit this site, they'll be able to click on this button and it will take them to my Google Doc, my Google Slides for my Photoshop comparisons. So as you go about this, it's actually not too difficult to be able to change your website in the items that you need. This particular one, we could maybe add a video if I wanted to go to a YouTube video. Again, I can change the pictures, I can delete them, I can implement different ways and different thoughts in different formats. When you are happy with your website, what you'll be able to do is it automatically saves. You won't even need to share or assign this. I'm going to go out of this one and I'm going to show you one that I have already completed. And it is down here. It's going to automatically pull up. And this one is my first one that I created for our class. This is my class portfolio. And this one, again, I implemented Legos. I have a section specific to my video of where people can find my Lego movie for Storyboard That. We talked about logos, so these are the logos that I've implemented for what could be part of my brand or what the things that I like. This one implements when I went to Ohanapakash, part of Mount Rainier National Park, Paradise Inn, Trail of Shadows. This is that area that I had visited. And again, the link to my entire Photoshop gallery. The purpose of this particular Photoshop, why we did this portfolio, I do want you guys to answer some questions. Talk about what you've learned, if you learned any new skills, and what was the best part about your progress or the journey. At the end, I also will be asking that you implement other buttons to get to different parts of maybe Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Express, Photoshop, and maybe something about this particular one talks about multimedia software. So I can actually copy this one, and so that way I can give you a reference point. This will pull up the website for the top 10 softwares. So your job is, again, we are building this on, if you go to Creative Cloud and you pull up Adobe Express, this is where we are going to be looking at. This copy of this portfolio that I have made with the Legos, the very first part of it, this is saved under Schoology, as are some of the resources for you. So that is what your goal is. You should have your Lego movie link, 3 different types of logos of what could represent you, brands. You can use monograms if you'd like, your Photoshop comparisons as well, with a link to your gallery, and also kind of a review of what you learned. And then again, at the very bottom, talking about what other items should be included when somebody's going to be looking at Photoshop or building websites. So that is your assignment for this class. This is going to be the final, implementing all of these different details and bringing them back together. And as always, if you guys have a question, please let me know, and I will see you guys later.